अच्छा, गुड मॉर्निंग। अब फोन किया, कल फोन किया था शाम को आपने? कल फोन किया था। हाँ, अभी सब ठीक है ना? मेल तो भेज दिया है। ठीक है, मैं क्लास चालू करता हूँ, बाद में फोन करता हूँ। गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीबॉडी, सबको मेरा नमस्कार। दिस इज इंटरनेशनल मास्टर एंड FIDE सीनियर ट्रेनर शेखर साहू वेलकम्स you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Association to this intermediate training session. So I will be covering some interesting opening ideas and middle game themes with examples from Grandmaster play. First, let us have a look at a odd variation of Sicilian Khan. So this is white is Velimirovic, black is Sofreski. So the game continued here. Now there are many moves here. I mean, white wants to play B2 castle. This is a good move. Or if white wants to place the bishop most actively, then he must play bishop to E3 first. After queen C7, bishop D3 and castle. This is a possibility. B3, BD3 and castle, or B2 and castle. Or even he can take knight into knight, and after pawn into, you can play E5 also, because giving a backward pawn. So these are many possibilities. But here, not technically, this is only pure technical thing, which is not great. And interesting idea, bishop f4. Now, white wants to control the d6 square and make long castle quickly. So this is bad. You will get a clear advantage if blacks try to get a tempo. Now this is queen is wrongly placed. Queen takes the square of knight, so it is just a bad position. So this is not good at all. So here better to play d6. After d6, because there is a direct threat of winning a piece. Let me see, it is live. Just a minute. Talking without live. Yeah, it is okay. Because there is a direct threat of winning a piece. So, hello Ramakrishna, Keval Chitara, Devars, Vargotiria, then Vaschal Parikh, Kia Panch, Akshar Jhala, and Prakruti Pakhare, Nandini Mudaliar, and Jaswin Chaudhary. All are welcome. I will be covering some queen pawn game also, the close game today. Now this position, so now there is a direct threat, so knight has to retreat. Now you see this is a threat direct. So I have to take it or retreat. So white take, center will be strong. So retreat to B3, F3 is better. White wants to castle quickly long. The pressure on D pawn, the main idea of bishop F4, that he is putting pressure on the D6 point. So E5 will be bad. There is a hole, knight D5 will come. This is bad, and E5 clear plus minus. So the only move. That means, the whole point is now white is directing the variation. Black is dancing to the tune of white. White is a dictator now. So decide. Your bishop is already overloaded to d6. You have to watch g7 pawn. After taking pawn into, now this is a plus position. Bishop d6 and queen g7 both are threatened. So only move. But then now I don't want to exchange, and now I want to pull the bishop and play f4. The plan is to now next bishop to g3 and f4. White is opening the game. Black has to play aggressively now. Black has no choice. He must play b5, b4 to do some action, counter action. White has got the better game. Finally, white has center, and black pieces and pawn structure has been compromised. So white stands better. ये position में, if you play the regular main line, white is better. But here, suddenly black is not able to cope up the new one, and he's in a mess. Systematically, all the pieces are rearranged to the right square. Again, a good move. I mean, removing the main defender of the d6 point is the bishop. Botvinnik's plan normally exchange the defender. So I have shown the game of Botvinnik Sorokin. Once again, I'll show that because it is always very instructive. It is plus minus now. Whole pressure on f5, d6, g5, s3, g4. Many good plans. Plus minus because white has got superior pawn structure, bad pawn, badly placed piece, and weak square. White has got fantastic square. Plus minus. How many weak points? Bad bishop, weak square, badly placed piece. The king is also exposed. So, this is interesting idea worked. White is already having a good position. Idea bishop f3, completely seizing the control of d5 square. It is also because there is no knight is under attack. Otherwise, I would have played b3. But at the moment, this is under attack. So mate threat. I can take that. Anyway, the position is plus, but there is a mate threat. There is nothing to say. On down and bad position. You don't need to go further. This is enough. That means it is interesting. It is not that this is very good. It is interesting move. Here, this is interesting move. Now here, this position d6 has to be. What else? There is another possibility. There is another possibility. You can also play knight e7 with the idea knight into knight and then coming there. You can also play, but this is idea that he wants to play knight into knight and knight back. So white has two good moves. He can play this move or he can play the tactical shot. He can play this tactical shot also. Giving, I mean, he must lose more material now. After pawn into, knight into, the queen move is forced. The queen move is forced. And now I think, I guess this is winning because there is a mate. So you can't play this move, NG7. D6 and he gets a good game. Okay, all right. I will show you next game. Once again by Velimirovic. An interesting idea. This is the main line. This is the main line. I want to show you a variation that white can also count for advantage in other line. As far as I remember, I saw this variation in best games of Bronstein. He has he has invented many new ideas. David, very creative grandmaster, and perhaps one of the best grandmaster in the world in the area transition from opening to middle game. Opening, middle game, end game, three stages of the game. There are two more stages people do not count into it. Transition, opening to opening, 12, 14 moves, 15 moves. Then we transit to middle game. During that period, evaluation of pieces, which piece to exchange, which square you have to focus, whether the king attack the king or attack on the queen side or go for a long term end game. So that is the transition period is very important. In that area, Bronstein was one of the best, very creative. All grandmasters, great grandmaster, Polugaski, Larson, all world champion. They were great, but Bronstein was very creative. So he started, I think, as far as I remember, he started the variation. Now queen exchange is forced. Now, if you will play ND5, idea the pin, you are not losing the piece. This will turn out bad. Black will not lose the piece. Black will not lose the piece. This is a bad position. Now what happens? He will take, but white has got more development. Only rook, which is also vulnerable. Rook को वही वापस attack करेगा. Now white pieces are better and more developed, more center. So ND5 will not be good. So you have to play knight. And then this you need to stop. There is no time for there is no time for moves like knight c6. Why? In that case, bishop b5. He will attack, and now the position I will push the pieces back. White has a lead in development, and also s3 will push this piece. It is bad. So nc6 is not good to exploit c2 square. It is bad. nc6 is strongly met by bb5. Necessary. I will discuss one game. What happens after f3, f6? I will discuss one game. Post. Of course, you are winning material. What is the hurry? So white is again better. So here, white is again better. So white is a pawn up and also better pieces. There is no need to discuss further. Here I will show you what is the main idea of David Bronstein. I will show you. Queen d1, kd1. Now knight g4. King is necessary. Suppose you make a move like let us say you make a move like bishop to f5. No, bishop f5 is a blunder. I think this is how he got this idea. Okay, let's imagine bishop here, bb5. Let's imagine this. Now s3, come here, g4. This position is excellent, excellent because the piece is badly placed, and white will bring now rook to d line, rook at d1, and rook h2 will come. This gives additional possibility. This gives additional possibility. Even you can play s3. I think this Bronstein played directly s3, knight g4, and if you play the knight, rook h2 is coming. Now there is problem. Suppose you come bishop here, bishop e3, a6, rd1, some rook fd8, rook d2. White is excellent. I have to get that exact game, but this is how Bronstein worked out and more space, and black has h6, knight is very poorly placed. This is imprisoned right now. This is badly placed. This will be pushed back. So this is no problem. I will discuss that game later. So king e1, and after the move, white won the game. Pushed, and now king. Clear plus minus. Okay, so Saha, Prince Gandhi, Tanmay Ajmera, Swam Das, Kuldeep Rathod, Parth Kuntal Rawal, Adalja and Adalja brothers. So this is an idea also to be used against Park, Austrian attack. One more interesting thing. Notice this is Austrian attack. It's very aggressive and rich with possibilities. Now, black is at a crossroad. There are two main lines. Black can either castle or play c5. These are the two main lines. c5 is more modern. Let us say c5. What he can do now? Now, bishop b5 is the theoretical line. I will take one extra class sometime to discuss. This is a long theory. I will not be able to cover now because other games I have to show. This is the line. After bishop here, this is the line e5 and knight g4, e6. This is supposed to be very interesting theoretical battle. But other than that, you can also play pawn into pawn. This will lead to a Benoni type of structure. Type of, because c4 is not there. So c4 and his e pawn is not exchanged. But let us see pawn takes pawn. Now, this is unless you can't play this, queen exchange is very bad for black. So queen a5. Now white can play positionally and get an advantage, or white can go for action. For example, this is a positional line, very short variation, very easy line. Suresh Bhai Chawda, good morning. Now pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn is bad. This is bad because center and e5 always problems. So queen takes pawn necessary. Forced all this. I get a tempo. Forced. Now check. White is clear better. Now queen into queen. You look. What's the development? You watch the development. This is white already is better center and better development. And castle queen rook will come directly. Bishop exchange is not good. And after knight coming here, the pieces are passive, practically forced. And then you can castle because knight will come with attack. And now e5 is coming. Now e5 is coming. So white has got coordinated, better center. White is guaranteed advantage, and black has to equalize, still not equal. Other than that, you can play here on queen check, knight c6, knight c6. But this also the knight will be poorly placed. The knight is badly placed here. White again stands better. For example, castle, castle, then nd5. Now e7 attack, knight into knight will leave the knight stranded. This knight will be stranded. ये threat रहता है अभी, तो आपको ये खेलना मूव कर. This is not a nice position because a backward pawn in the open file. The backward pawn is there, so definitely white stands better. And apart from that, the c6 square. Apart from ये जो knight है ये आएगा, ये आएगा. To start with, let us say we should open the game with bishop coming where. I think knight is a good idea. Knight is good because this stops this watching the bishop. And now the next move b2 or bf3 or even bishop coming here, rook e1 with a clear and initiative. Clear initiative. So I would say, though not the bishop here, I would say this is clear better. bb5 or bd3 followed by rook e1. This is plus for white. But instead of this positional line, this is an interesting line. Please do not ignore this line. As far as I remember, there are not many games. White is India's first women national champion. First women national champion of India, Vasanti Khadilkar. She played this in Women Olympiad. Of course, it was played by somebody earlier also, but notably this is recorded game. Then White got clear better. But I would recommend here Spassky played here. After C5, Spassky played this and beat Lubujovic. This is also plus. So let us say main game pawn takes queen here, bishop d3, and then queen. Idea bishop e3 and castle. White is better. Now it is very important. White has got an attacking setup. Black must be very careful about it. What is the plan of attack? What is the plan of attack? White wants to bring the queen. White wants to bring the queen to this point via here. And then White wants to push the pawn and bring the knight, bring the bishop for attack. But imagine White cannot attack without the knight. This is the main piece will give harassment to Black. So Black should always try to get rid of the knight. This is correct because the knight is a culprit. Knight will do lot of damage to Black. Suppose now once the knight is gone, White will not be able to attack easily. White will be better, but no an easy king side attack. White cannot have a king side attack. Okay, अभी देखो, let us say Black will not do this. Let us say Black plays knight. Let us say general moves. So White will play maybe queen to e1, queen to e1. Okay, now this is plus. Now here nc6, s3. I will not allow that bishop come. I will not allow the bishop to come here anymore. Next plan, next plan. I will go queen here, then queen here, and the standard attack. Pawn push and then bishop h6 and knight g5. Attack. That is the reason I play here. When you castle here, bishop should be played to eliminate the knight. Don't think of double bishop, double knight, all these things. Manish Sasudia, please. Sir, how to play against the after e4, e5, ns3, ns6, ne5, d6, ns3, ne4, ne4, nf3. Now, I will discuss this line. I will discuss. Manish, I will discuss this line. Hello, Birabhadra. Tirtha Saha. Tirtha Saha, welcome. So ये मूव बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था ब्लैक के लिए ये मूव इंपॉर्टेंट था ऑफ कोर्स व्हाइट बेटर बट दिस इज गुड बट नाउ आफ्टर द नाइट मूव he came s3 now attack will come he cannot stop the attack to stop in fact this is not necessary but white wants to use the bishop in the attack so he is guarding against knight b4 but I would say you should allow that because these two moves because without the bishop also you can attack. So I think the queen f2 getting a good advantage for white. No a6 is possible. Anyway, it is a matter of choice of grandmasters. Queen. So finally, he is breaking through. Okay, bishop g5 pin is nesty. This will come a nesty pin. Hello अभी force गया ये तो गया मेड थ्रेट है ब्यूटीफुल मूव idea bishop into now you see the power of knight will come if you take my bishop queen mate हो जाएगा Then it will come here. So good move. Trying to close, it is not going to work. Forced. Black has little counterplay. White king. White pieces are so dangerous. Defend, defend. Now the knight will come. Helpless now. Threat. कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. Anyway, material going. Attack. Queen is attacked. E6 is attacked 3 times. वेट हो जाएगा. Cannot take with the bishop. You cannot take. So only move. Design. Discover check queen jaya. Note that player should not try to give unnecessary checks. In the variations here, in the variation, don't give these checks. There is no follow up. So don't waste time. You rather focus on the center and weak points. Hello, Kriti Shah, welcome. So we can see the strength of middle game, and the main problem started that if black had played bishop g4, उसको ये दिन देखना नहीं मिलता, ये बुरा दिन नहीं आता. इसीलिए आपको पल्स चाहिए, पोजीशन का पल्स के लिए बिशप जी4 खेल के मार देना. कहा? यहाँ पर ये बिशप जी4 खेलना, and then take the knight later. When you come h3 or when you come queen, I'm going to eliminate the knight. That's all. So please keep this in mind. And by the way, even this is also a good line. After dc5, queen a5, this is also a good line to be noted. Tempo and then check. This is also plus. Okay, I leave this variation. Going further, next. Yeah, Ullman, French defense. E4, E5, what is the line? Answer, question. NF3, NF6, NE4, NF3, NF6, NE5, D6, NF3, NE4. This is the line you want. So you have two choice. D4 खेल सकते हैं. अभी ये पोजीशन में NE4 खेला. You can play just D4, D5. Necessary. This is necessary. And then you play bishop D3. This is the main line. Alternately, आप ये भी कर सकते हो. पीछे जाओ, अभी D4, अभी D5, and now you can play knight E5, BA D3. This is also possible. But I would recommend don't play D3. The knight is a target here, easy target. So D4 is supposed to the theory, and after D5, bishop D3. Now he will play bishop D6, B7 also is possible. Now castle, castle, C4 white stands back. After C6, you can play NC3. NC3 is good for white. Or you can even do queen c2. Queen c2 you also white. Just keep putting pressure here. Rook will come, knight will come. He has to surrender the center. Direct खेलो ना, direct. Play directly. Double attack. Because if you bring the queen, bishop, I will bring the queen. तो मारना ही पड़ेगा अभी. So इसीलिए if you take it, white stands better. Better. Now look at the power of the pieces. This bishop is free. This bishop is free. This knight has center. The queen has indirect access. So white stands better. White stands better here. So many good pieces. Rook e1, rook b1. Black must defend very, very carefully. So this is a very simple. White should give the bishop on d3 because the pawn on h7, h7, h7. No problem giving bishop. Samdani and Samdani, brother, sister, welcome. Sritu Nandi, welcome. Okay, you have to ask me which position. Are you talking Manish about Petrov or are you talking in that last game? How do you feel today? I am still not better, but I decided to take the class because you know I just want to. I thought I'll resume today, even though I feel little weakness is still there. I expect Diwali or Indian New Year might do 16 hour. Yes, very soon. I told yesterday only Bhavesh Bhai, but I will announce about the 16-hour stream very soon. Okay. So I don't know Manish which position you are asking in C3. This is very strong for white. Very powerful position white has. So ये सेंटर है, ओपन लाइन है. This is clear better. For example, one game I would like to show you. DC4. Center is so strong, you cannot dislodge that. Plus minus. Plus minus. Already गया है पोजिशन. चार प्रेशर है, मार नहीं सकता है. गया. This is just this simple. The simple pressure is getting. This is simple pressure. I would say this is plus. E4, E5, NF3, NF6, NE5, D6, NC3. Now, how to play from black? Okay, black actually. Well, I will tell you. I never played Petrov except lightning or rapid blitz game. I have never played Petrov in tournament for some reason because I consider it is draws. So I didn't think from black side. However, I will discuss what you want. I will discuss. So e4, e5. What do you say? NF3, NF6, NE5, E6, knight F3, knight E4, knight E4. Now knight C3. You should take that. This should not be a problem. White is only marginally plus. It is only small development on initiative. And now this has to be played. This is the theoretical move. And now you have got other choice. You can play bishop here. You can play knight to d7, knight d6. So you have choice. But white can play here bishop to e3 or bishop f4, queen coming and long castle. In any case, this is not a dangerous position for black Black should not be worried about this. I will take you to a Petrov player. A strong player, let us see. Okay, let us see. Let's see Ponomario. How did Ponomario play? Bishop e7 and castle ready. And now he plays the knight actively. No advantage. I want to castle. Then where is he going to attack? Black wants to make a long castle. So this is trying to stop. So where is the attack? I would say the game is equal. Just dead position. There will be regular pieces will exchange and not much advantage. So this is one model game. I recommend that you just play here bishop e7 and bf4 knight c6. Also he can do bishop e3. He can also prepare bishop e3. This is also an idea, but in this case here, this is a good one. Preparing long castle. If you castle this side, attack will come. White has got ideally attacking setup. So this is good. Now equal. The game is just equal. Bishop into bishop, pawn into. You get nothing. This is one setup. You see, there is some modern game I want to show you. Let us say Volotokin and Mamediaro. They are all great players. This BE3 is the one I think is better than Bishop F4 because I preferred BE3 in some games. Want to exchange? Nothing. You cannot sacrifice a piece. I think we can do practical endgames as we don't have done them. I decided do opening catastrophe morning then yours. Okay. What I will do in the today afternoon in the afternoon class I will do very limited endgames, but from grandmaster play. You know. Oh, oh. क्या करेंगे? Anchoring. What to do? Okay. So this should be no problem at all. In the afternoon, I will do select today about nearly 8 to 10, maybe 12 positions, and then how the masters play, how they think, technical position, how from opening to end game, middle game to end game, very small edge. Okay, today afternoon only the end game I will discuss. Parva Thakkar, welcome. White has nothing to show up now. Black is improving. I think black stands better now. So for BE3, I recommend castle. BE3, I recommend castle. And for if you play BF4, If you play bf4, I recommend nc6, and now queen d2. I want bishop g4. Idea queen d7. Rasi Mamediaro, Sakaria, b7. This is also plus. Okay. Main line. French Nimzowitsch variation. Main line. Very well played. Now, black should play c4. Black should play c4. Bishop. And now black should play knight. This is a very safe way to play. Now this is defended, and black will have a solid game. It is not easy. It is not very easy. Next move he will play h5, then develop all the pieces standard way. This is how you should have played. Careful move. The correct move, safer way to play here is to play c4 and then knight f5 and everything. Maybe I will show one or two games how to play, because I believe there are many French players are watching. Not the French players, the players who play French defense. I'm sorry. The players who play French defense are watching this. So for them, I would like to show that 2 3 games I will show how to play with this c4 and knight f5. Now in the game, he played it. Not a good move. Now the queen is ready to come. On queen to h7, normally queen h7 is played, but where the queen will retreat. So queen h6. Now knight e2, stopping the check and controlling c3. A good move. You are not losing. The tactics will fail. ये जो है ऐसा लग रहा है ये check आएगा. Not working. The tactics will backfire. So you better know that this tournament you should not fall into it. For example, this is bad for black. So white will play knight into check there. Okay, back. ले लो. For the exchange he will suffer. अभी ये knight भी नहीं मर रहा है, because bishop check is there. When you take the knight, there is a check. So plus minus. ये तो queen trap ही हो गया. So here ये knight नहीं मरता है अभी. This you cannot take that. So queen check में जाएगा और exchange खाया. अभी ये इसका क्या करोगे? इसका क्या करोगे? Gone. So French players, you need not worry. You can confidently play c4 instead of playing pawn into pawn. ये जो है आपको c4 खेलना है. चलो ये गेम देख लेते हैं. एच पासर आ गया अभी. नाउ मेरे पास एच पास वन आ गया. बस ढकलते जाना है. Practical purpose, the game is lost. Now queen side attack will come. Note, I am not taking the pawn because there is a pressure here. So I'm not able to do anything. This. I think the position is called color complex. White has advantage of color complex. ये अभी ये मारेगा, ये मार के ये बिशप आएगा. All black square में he will have a clear cut superiority. उसने ही मारा. This is another bad. He can resign actually. अभी भागने का तैयारी. अभी किंग को जगह बना रहा है. कहाँ जगह बनाएगा? C4 आ जाए. रूक B1. कहाँ जाएगा? अभी C4 ब्रेक आएगा. Cannot take. The queen is overloaded to defend. Idea, if you take the pawn, then rook check will come. So defend. Am I right? No. So only move. You cannot take pawn queen into pawn or pawn into pawn. Abhi, you cannot capture queen into. You cannot capture pawn into. E5 will come. D5 will come. Now the queen is passive, watching the square. Rook is passive, watching the square. So अब आपको क्या करना है? बस ए फाइल खोल देना है. ये ए फाइल में रुक घुस जाना चाहिए. You open the A file and enter. Rook. Now you cannot play rook a8. अभी आप ये नहीं खेल सकते. ये नहीं खेल सकते. क्यों? Because I will now take pawn into pawn. अभी बिशप इंटू pawn नहीं मारेगा. क्वीन इंटू pawn नहीं मारेगा. ये क्वीन चेक एंड खत्म. गेम हो गया, खत्म हो गया. ये आएंगे तो अभी आई थिंक दिस शुड बी ऑल ओवर. ऑल ओवर. ओ, क्या हो रहा है इधर? कुछ नहीं. क्वीन देना पड़ेगा. ऑल ओवर. So you cannot just open the file and this. All the problems started because he did not play C4. अभी ओपनिंग में ये लाइन में C4 खेलना पड़ेगा. ये जो है यहाँ पर उसको C4 खेलना पड़ेगा. ऐसा ये मूव खेलना पड़ेगा. दो यहाँ पर मैंने C4 खेलना था. यहाँ पर क्वीन G4 को आई थिंक यू हैव टू प्ले C4. नो, हियर C4 खेलना चाहिए. ये बैड मूव दिया. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स अ बैड मूव. Modern analysis has changed everything. So I will show you two games on this. Now bishop e2. Black is okay. Until and unless the knight you dislodge, this is defending. It will be too difficult, too much time taking. You want to dislodge the knight. These are bad moves. These are very bad moves. Because you know black square problem or dark square problem. So and taking also is bad. This is also bad. Good move. Black stands better. Now this is coming here. He wants to minus, total minus position. This is bad. So it turned out badly, but the whole point is this NFI, you should not play like this. I'll show one more game. C4. Also good. The same setup, white as black has made a little diversion. His main idea here is giving a threat on G4. G4 is preparing to dislodge the knight. This is uh, this is risky business because the player, his queen is coming in jeopardy. The queen is under his no further activity with the queen. The queen comes in danger. The queen comes in danger. You come here, then rook g7, queen trap, or you come here, rook g5, the queen trap. So this was a bit risky. I mean, this is not a good idea to have grabbed the pawn. So he did not visualize this move. He did not visualize that this move will coming, and now this is coming, and suddenly queen is in trouble. तो ये मूव ही खराब है. अब ये नहीं मारेगा. Then after what I will do? Okay, you don't take it. Now what will you do? You will play some move like rook a2. Idea doubling the rook. In that case, maybe I can just push the queen first. Maybe here push the queen first. The queen is in not a good place. Not a good place. Maybe rook coming and f6 break will come. This is not a nice position. Okay, I leave this. The French you should play in this variation c4 and nf5. The nicer short game and the Believ's game is ideal. Not pawn into pawn, getting lot of problem. Okay, I leave this. So गुलमान हो गया. Zapata. Just want to castle. The main line here is to play b3 and then bd3 and castle f4 all attack. But this, what to do for this? This is a bad move. What should you do? The idea, the idea is to exchange the knight and again replace and c6. What will you do now? Yeah, Manish Sisodia BG5, correct. Now you cannot come back. He is getting out of pin. Queen BD2 or BF4. Now he is want to come here and replace, but development problem. Otherwise, next move knight will come. White is better. Look at the development and squares. After F4, there is no doubt who is better. E5 threat, F5 threat. Full of weaknesses. The king side is weak. There is backward pawn. All this thing. So bishop g5 turned out badly, but I will show the further course of the game. Very well played. White has got a pass pawn and c4 is coming. Anyway, it's a lost thing. So it's going down. So he just decided to try. Okay, what are other moves like ND4 turns out badly. Now next threat will come. Next threat is coming. Completely pushing away. Plus, white has got a pass pawn and black pieces and pawn structure is inferior. So he decided to play one. The whole concept is bad, but it is playable. In a blitz game, you can play because this is not easy. Knight on knight, knight coming quickly. Cannot take so fast decision. Why do you use engine in tournament? Whom are you asking? I never use engine in my life. Kiara Mehta. Hello, Alok Mehta. Okay, so I will go to the next one. Okay, okay, let's go. White is better, clear better. The whole point is now bishop into you cannot take knight into because after knight into there is no threat. You cannot even threaten because of check is coming. So I will happily play rook e1 and then I will play kb1. You cannot take my knight. So if you want to give a threat, take with the knight. I think I have already dealt with this position that you can defend with queen e3 or you can play knight d1. There is no need because there is no rook. There is no need to move the king yet. The position is plus minus. I would say this is clear. Lazinka is a very solid player. He came to Delhi. Lazinka, who is that? Heurufan, So Wesley, Caruana. So Caruana, So Wesley, Heurufan, and Lazinka came to Delhi. And category 18 tournament was arranged in Delhi by Bharat Singh. Plus, Rook D5 is coming. So the whole line, it is suspicious. I leave this line. Now I want to show you that Carlson playing. So Bishop G5 will show one more game. Now Bishop G5 plus White has taken the initiative. Now you have no time to take the pawn. If you take the pawn, there is crushing. Now there is a pressure. F line, H line. He cannot survive that pressure. In any case, rook into also, answer will be same. Queen coming. The pressure on backward F7 and D7. There is no time to take the queen. I mean, queen takes pawn also will lose quickly. After that, maybe how I can finish this. How do I finish this? Bishop check is one good answer because you can't play G6. How will you answer? I guess bishop check should win. This should win because the only move you can't play G6, and if you try to run away, the queen will come. Now you defend this point, and now you come. Rook F7 is coming. Suppose you come, Rook F7 is coming. So this is not playable by queen. So after pawn into bishop check, and white stands clear better. Double the rook now. You have to defend against this point, against this point. Defend. Now rook, another rook is coming. So when you lose the piece, what is the fun? It is getting mating attack. No time to take the bishop. Now I want you to find a finish. Solo, I want you show me a finish now. This is beautiful game. Concept. White to play and win. No. E5 is a good move. E5 is a good move. But you cannot take it. The queen is entering. You cannot come. Queen G5 is coming also. Good move. What now? No. Show me. Here. Based on this you win. This is bad. Right? Winning. Because you come here, the queen is coming, bishop is coming. So only move, only move. Cannot defend. The queen is coming now. Whatever do, it is lost. So bishop here. Fourth attack is coming. The fourth attack. He wants to enter here and mate. He wants to enter here and mate. Winning. आगे question. So The whole concept of that knight e7 is a bad idea. Bishop g5 gets initiated. Okay, I will show you another one. Yugoslav attack, all regular line. Here, the standard move, white can play, there are many moves. White can play kb1. This is a good move. White can play h4. Good move. White can play g4. These are standard moves. White can play nc4. Black, sorry, he can play now nc4 after h4. But the main plan is to attack, but this is bad. This is bad. Dubious move. So player wrong timing. The idea is correct to weaken the king and h4 h5, but timing is wrong. Rook into आ जाएगा. No attack. Black will get a pawn and initiative. I think this was played by Korchnoi against Geller in the candidates. After Korchnoi played this, of course, he lost the game somewhere in time trouble. He had some counter attack. Geller beat him. Now, it is difficult to defend that point. Now, queen will come back. Idea a5 a4. Idea is now a5 a4 is coming. Knight c4 tempo. ये tempo बचाओ, then a5 a4 will come. Whatever you do, attack is coming. So he wants to exchange. The end game is also bad. Black is better. One pawn for exchange. The point is, when it is end game is coming, you need to have a pass pawn possibility. You need to create a pass pawn or make a provision to create a pass pawn. There is a pass pawn will come. Queen side there is nothing. The drawback of the white position is there is no open file. Rooks are of no use. Rook enter करेंगे तो कुछ करेगा. Where is the open file for white? So he need to get a break. F4 E5 break, C4 break कहाँ से आएगा? So this is the problem that there is no open file. Black is good. He is trying for the break. He is trying. Very well played. Now D6 pawn. Very well played. Cannot take that. Rook takes pawn. There is a fork. So forced. Because he will lose another pawn. If you play, then rook into rook and another pawn. D2 pawn will fall. Rook into pawn and rook into rook. Knight into pawn. So he has to surrender. Black is a pawn up, and also, of course, the material has become equal. Black has a better game. The position is very instructive in this, very instructive. I want you to find how Black should play the game. Very instructive. Please find how Black should win. Yes, Birabhadra strategy goals. Beautiful game by played by Belivere. What should Black do now? Goenka, right? Finish. Game is finished. Brilliant. Now only move. Check. If you come here, checkmate. Second to mate into checkmate. And if you come other side, then rook into pawn. If you come this side, it is a mate. And if you come other side, rook into. What a game. नहीं बचता है queen अब. Or you take whatever you do, you need not take it. Whatever you do, it is bad. A check is coming and there is all disaster. Whatever you do, it is bad. This should win slowly. It's a long fight, but it is a tougher one. Rook g2, rook coming and attacking. So this is black will get better, but very slowly. Okay, I leave this. I will select 10 endgames in the afternoon session. Very interesting endgames I will select. How like this positions, like these positions. I mean, like these positions here. This is the lovely move. Lovely move. How to handle such a positions. So white black is better, but how to convert? So some end game positions with practice and strategy. The main goal to create pass pawn, a good bishop, bad bishop, or one pawn up in a tough position. How to convert a technical superiority. There I read a book by Edward Guffey, Exploiting Small Advantages. It's a good book by Edward Guffey. There are many books written by Doreski and Yusupov about and Beliavsky exploiting technical plus. So 10 12 positions in the afternoon will examine in great length slowly. Yes, Virabhadra, A3, KC1, Rook D1, KE2. We are not getting something out of it, that is why. But there might be a twist. So where is the move A3? A3, A3, A3. You say KC1. Then RD1. No, RD1, not RD1, B3. B3. Now pawn into pawn will queen. If you play pawn into pawn, rook check, and then I will push. Queen cannot be stopped. And if you play pawn into pawn, then rook check. King will lead to mate. And king here, rook takes pawn. Black has the initiative. Okay, Vela. B3, AB3. How can you play AB3? AB3, he rook check is coming. The only move and pawn push Ganpat ho jayega. Welcome Adi Jain. So similar end games I will select In the afternoon only we'll do endgame today. I will discuss this sort of positions. These are white is better. Objectively, white is better. But if white is not playing correctly, black will win. Because black has planned to expand both sides. First, I will show a model game. A game of Mikhail Tal, which I saw live. I was present during the tournament hall. है कि नहीं उड़ गया मैं रखा है ये गेम में लाइव देख रहा था why this move because this the bishop g4 is coming then there is dark square problems तो ये s3 मूव एसेंशियल नहीं तो नहीं तो आपको क्या करना है नाइट e2 सब d3 और अभी ये आएगा देन यू प्ले नाइट e2 like this is okay this is also good for white you are avoiding the move s3 अभी बिशप g4 f3 आएगा so this is okay line I will show one game how to handle this okay but here this is the one he played अरे ये तो मैंने ये तो मैंने हाँ ये जू का गेम है so he played s3 a6 the idea not because he wants to play b5 I can play b5 if you are ignoring me gambit दे दे suppose you play like bishop d3 I will play bishop e2 जो भी खेलेगा ये नहीं खेलेगा let us say you play bishop d3 I will offer the pawn दे दो takes black better क्या करोगे अभी what will you do now bishop takes pawn sorry bishop takes pawn knight into knight queen check black stands better and if you take knight into pawn suppose you play knight into pawn also not good move knight into pawn also there is problem I will play bishop a6 and there is problem I am giving a threat and a4 does not work knight into e4 and bishop into this is also plus for white black so he decided to play a4 this is the break now take if you take pawn into there is a regular line and he will be anyway advantage for because how I'm going to handle this maybe we'll simple rook e8 castle and d7 is good for me. This is good so let's see the game Tal is so experienced in Benoni check threatening knight f4 all active pieces why this move? Because once the knight is gone, the queen will have entry to this point. I want to enter queen. This is the culprit. So you exchange the defender of the square. Oh yeah, the queen will enter. Black has ready made how many? One, two, three, four, five pieces against the king now. Suit style, the style. You can't play a four. Look into आ जाए, look into आ जाए. So the queen has entered. Just want to double. I think position is minus plus. Already minus. खत्म. अभी ये सब नहीं चले. अभी यहाँ पे डबल अटैक है. You cannot win a piece like this. You have to take first. Take. You can't play G4. G4 will not work. Suppose you play G4 here. G4 here. I want to punish this. Sacrifice. Sacrifice is finishing. Bishop takes queen check. RG4. RG5 is over. Bishop takes G4. Takes queen G4. Now rook G4. Rook G5 and mating attack. So you can't do. He plays G3. So okay, queen B7. Queen E7. Show me black to play. How to progress further. Very interesting point. Black to play. Please find out. Play like Tal. Find out. Hello, Dev Modi. Khanak. How should black continue? Wonderful position. Bring the knight. Only move. Other moves are bad. If you play this, this is minus plus. Minus plus. Nice. Now, I want to start attack. Just attack. Only move. How to conduct the attack? White has got a good game. Peace play. This is pure demonstration of peace play. I like the way Tal was playing. The gallery, the crowd was cheering. Every move, crowd was to give boost. Find out. He mated with queen and bishop knight, mating attack. Rook e3, Goenka says. Rook e3. Good move. Good move. Peace play. Good move. Check. Check. Now again show the finish. This is so beautiful. Show the finish. They were Mitesh, they was correct move. Rook e1 take. What now? So far correct. Finishing the game in style. Veerabhadra says Bishop Queen g2, Knight f4. Veerabhadra's move, Queen check, King. Bishop will not come. Bishop comes losing. But what about this move? Yes, so far boys are finding correct moves. But now is the key. Now. So now, where is the finish? This is the one upsets. Now there is no finish. You give check, you will repeat. Check king h1, check, repeat. But this is the one giving problems. Now you cannot play. Now if you play the king move, the knight will join. So here he plays king, check. Now you cannot go. Knight check will come. You cannot go here. Knight check will come. So check and now bishop. The whole point is now there is a mate threat. There is a mate threat. And this does not work. Why it will fail? He will play. And now you want to run away. This check will not go. Not good. The king will escape. And now if you come here, this is losing to queen into. Queen into wins. This is winning. Because after a fork and now the end game is lost. He will be 2 pawn down soon. Equal. No. I think there is some win I'm missing. So here no. Why should I take? Why should I take this? Knight f4 will come. Maybe this is okay. He resigned here or lost on time. I don't know. He lost on time or resigned. But what is he going to do now? My idea is check. You can't play knight into g2. How do you answer this check? How do you answer the check now? If you play knight into g2 wins. So it was interesting, but the whole line objectively white is better. See, I'll tell you, the win is there, but black has to take. Even I asked Mikhail Tal about this game. I asked who is better. He told white is little better, but it is interesting idea. He says you cannot play chess because if you said line is good, line is bad, you just cannot play chess. that that was his answer. So very interesting personality. Now another game Velimirovic, and I will show you how to play with white. First, let us see the Velimirowic's game. This one, the same type of game. Okay. Now Queen A5 is answer. You cannot play E6 and all. So H6 will only weaken the position. H6 G5. So Queen A5. Threat knight E4. Now Black has counterplay. Black is giving simple pressure. Now you cannot take that, but you cannot take the pawn. Knight into pawn is better than knight into E4. But after bishop G4, it is Black who is very active now. This is the whole idea. Black's queen side is expansion, center plus. This bishop is doing nothing. Pieces are passive. But I will show you how white could play. Objectively, the line is not good for black. But white must play correctly. You cannot take the pawn. So now here you cannot take the pawn on account of knight into. Then your queen is hanging. Knight into. I give a check and pick up the piece. So you can't take that. So here only move. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now for the pawn you have more than enough. This is bad. This lovely check. Now if you play rook into, once again knight into queen will come and then there is complication. Rook attack, both rook attack. But this check spoils the whole variation. Now if you play rook into queen, black is alright. But now knight check is lost. Is lost. Exchange down, nothing. Now this is not going to work. Exchange down and winning the game slowly. But you have to play correctly. A player should not become careless. Just because you are exchange up, you should not think game will win automatically. He found correct moves. Pressure, active. Good move. Black is trying some activity. Black is preparing to bring the pawn further. Here he should play this. Idea, pawn push and hang on. Rook will come. Then bishop has got move BB5. This is how you should play to put the pressure and do some activity with the idea bishop coming here, with the idea someday, not now, if the rook can join. This will be white is little, it is little inferior but playable. Black is only marginally better. But in the game he played a bad move. This is losing. Straight lost. Now there is a threat also. There is also a threat. And once the bishop is exchanged, there is nothing to show up. He can resign here. Now if you push the pawn, it is lost. The king is coming. Now just exchange down, pass pawn, it is lost. Deepika Modi. Okay, I don't know what question. Okay, Dev Modi. Now let me show you how white should play against this particular setup. I believe there are a lot of D4 players, so you should know how to play against this one. Okay. I will take you to Gligoric, Alvest. First, I take you to Jan Alvest. Three games I will select. Elvest, Gligoric and Luputian. So we got this thing castle. Pushing the pawn is bit overextended. You know the pawn is overextended. After that he will come here, then he will play this. So you cannot really maintain the pawn. You are not sufficiently done. These are all bad moves. You will play f6. Not a good idea. So overextend the pawn. Don't do this blitz game. It is a good in blitz game because in blitz game, good and bad position doesn't matter. The time matters. So it is fun in blitz game, but in actual tournament, don't push this pawn. Don't push this pawn. So this is how we play. You don't need if you want to play knight f3. This is the more active square, but आपको ये खेलना पड़ता है और bishop g4 आ जाए. Just like that Veliverovic game. So this does not need s3. White stands better. Development center. There is already two support. Very well played. You know, this many times, this maneuvering. This knight comes. This knight comes. There is a drawback here. There is a drawback that you are weakening the G3 point. But black pieces are not yet active. So you should do white is clearly superior. Defend. Once you go on defense, once a piece is player is pushed, no, he will be pushed and pushed and pushed. Chess is like that. Initiative आ गया, your opponent will keep pushed only back and back and back. Threat. अभी ये threat आ रहा है. ये I want to come here. अभी I cannot come over protecting in case now knight is coming. So if you play, you can't play this. So you are forced to come to have queen b6 if you need. Plus minus. I'm not. He did not play even a4. Normally you will play a4 to stop, but this is enough now. White does attack. I think it is a wrong judgment. But you see, piece is not developed. You cannot blame a player. Now वो तड़फड़ा रहा है. वो तड़फड़ा रहा, तड़फा रहा है. तड़फाना भी क्या चीज है. ये नाइट को आने नहीं देता है. Be slow and then get into deep trouble. Na low to trouble. So the whole point is this. I like the game the way Elvest conducted that NGE2 and then he played just castle and then knight G3. No counter. This is a necessary point. S3 is a necessary taking away square from two of black's counter minor pieces. This knight and bishop, you know, they are waiting to come. So I stop that. Entire is good. The pieces except the knight, white is all well placed pieces. So white stands better. I strongly recommend this setup against this. And don't play this sort of bad moves. You know, this sort of moves are bad. Bad moves. खास करके Spassky beat somebody. I think maybe Giorgio or somebody. The knight आ गया G4 पे कहीं भी. ऐसा कुछ करेगा ना, ये knight आ जाएगा इधर. But that time the knight was here somewhere. Knight आ जाता है. Bishop check, queen check. मारेगा तो bishop check. But this is not possible at the moment. Here place bishop f4. Defend and plus. I like this set. Next I will show you Gligoric played very aggressively against Velimirovic only. Gligoric, he gave a free lesson to Velimirovic. My favorite chess writer and teacher, indirect chess teacher. Now he looking for Benoni type of thing, but it will never reach. E5, B2, E5 plus minus. Ready to castle and initiative. He will never get time for the pawn. उसको pawn नहीं मिलेगा. Low pawn. You take the pawn, you will suffer. अगर नहीं लेता है तो वापस नहीं मिलेगा. So he took the pawn. Now knight is coming here. This is my threat. This is my threat. Defend. Fantastic. What a crushing game. Black cannot give the bishop and stay alive. इसके बाद वो सीधा मर जाएगा. इसके बाद खत्म हो जाएगा. डार्क स्क्वायर में मेट हो जाएगा. So he cannot take that. तो अभी किससे क्या करेगा वो? क्वीन से नहीं मार सकता है. क्वीन से मारेगा तो गेम जाएगा. क्वीन से मारेगा. हाउ वुड आई फिनिश दिस गेम? ये तो एक्सचेंज मिल रहा है मुझे रुक आके. ये रुक आएगा और ND6 एक्सचेंज गया. बट डोंट यू थिंक हियर हियर this should be enough. This should be enough. Rook coming here should be enough. This is because anyway it is coming. And also another variation. No. Rook coming here is finished. Rook coming here, and he will play maybe Queen F5. Then knight coming. It should be enough. Plus minus. अभी ये गया तो anyway exchange trap, and rook is coming for attack also. Rook is coming for attack. This is bad. So in the game, it took pawn into. So C5. You cannot take pawn into pawn, preventing pawn into pawn. Knight will come. That knight check will win directly. This check will win directly. So you cannot take pawn into pawn. So he comes queen. I want you to find out how to win with white now. इनिशिएटिव को अंजाम देना है. क्या करोगे अभी? The medicine. For me. So the brilliant finish is pawn push. The queen has only one good square. Other squares are bad. ये तो पूरा निकलेगा ही नहीं. इसके बाद तो समाधि हो जाएगा. समाधि हो जाएगा. So only move. Check. You cannot take that. After this is dead, you will die. So only move. Check. Check. अभी क्या है? आपको रूक को पहुंचना है बस. ये रूक को आना है इधर. Now game finish. Rook. Defending the pawn. If you take knight into pawn, the queen will enter. The queen will enter. Knight into pawn, queen c1, b6. After bishop h6, it is finished. ये भी जा रहा है. So you cannot take that. You cannot take that pawn. Resign. So this is a good way of playing against this variation. Grigori demonstrated e6 is not good. E6 is not good after b2, and it is plus minus, plus minus. Let me take you to Luputian. So this is more standard line. Now h3 and nf3. Knight e2 is more better. No need to waste time in the opening stage at the moment. Priority. Okay. This is also plus. The point is black will win a pawn. Black can win a pawn. It is bad. Castle, take, queen. This is just a bad position. You can't play rook here. Rook will come and get crushed. And now you go back. You will seize the fight. You go back. Now there is you need not even exchange rook. आपको बस ये डबल करेंगे तो काफी हो जाएगा. You just come here and rook double at g5. He will not survive. With a d6 action, ये weakness है, ये weakness है, ये weakness है, ये फाइल का प्रॉब्लम है, ये थ्रेट है. ये नहीं बचेगा. The next plan is simply rook coming here. He dare not take that pawn. You cannot survive by giving so many tempo and weakening the castle position. Black castle cannot be weakened. तो pawn नहीं ले सकता. So यह आएगा knight. Idea with the idea f4, f5. He wants to now play f5. But this is against the basic principles of the opening. अरे बाबू, तुम्हारा ये सब क्या कर रहा है? हैं? क्या नाम है उसका? Piratima की टीमो. The pieces are sleeping. He wants activity. Same piece is moving. बार बार मूव कर रहा है. So this is just a bad move. Castle. वो मानता ही नहीं है. मानता नहीं है. माइनस प्लस माइनस. कुछ नहीं कर सकता. वट एवर यू डू इट इज बैड. क्वीन कैनॉट कम. आफ्टर क्वीन मूव, क्वीन e7 खत्म हो जाएगा. क्वीन e6 चेक खत्म हो जाएगा. You cannot come. This is also bad. So you have to play this. Or you come knight here, then you cannot. You e6 check. The only move to save a pawn. With the idea b4, I think strategically and tactical दोनों हारेगा. दोनों साइड से गया. Now technically b file. How many weaknesses? Weakness number 1. Weakness number 2. Weakness number weak. File is weak. Square is weak. इतना सारे weakness. So he cannot survive. But I will tell you, I like the way White conducted the game with a very fine uh, regrouping. He wanted the rook on b3 at right place so that there is no checks coming. So this is very important to get a feel for position. Threat. चलो पीछे आ जाएगा. पीछे गया. आइडिया h6 थ्रेट. अभी पहला भागाया. काम हो गया. We have done the job. We have weakened the square. काम हो गया. These are bad moves. If you play queen here, king here, this move, then I will play queen with the threat of g4 into g6. Anyway, if you play knight also g4 आएगा. Even if you play stop, anyway g4 will come. Takes and knight will enter. So he decided to play here queen. The idea is not to attack. The main idea, I want the rook on b3 with a tempo attack. हो गया. This is what I want. Again you play bd7. I have improved. You will note that why rook at b3 is important. You will note it later variation. There are two things. Take, rook is ready in the line. One. Second, there is no checks will come. In the rook here, sometimes check will come. Knight in, queen there. You cannot take that knight. The point is, if you take it here, this is winning. Now imagine if rook was here, he would have taken it. Rook into rook would take. So this variation would not come. This is the one point you have to note that rook on b3 is ideally placed, supported and no check. मानना ही होगा, नहीं तो क्या होगा, ये check will come also. This is also check, or you can just take it also, pawn into and win the game. Lovely. Now white square penetration, game khatam. He can resign now. Defend the rook and defend queen g6. Lost. The whole idea, you can see rook on b3 is ideally placed in such circumstances. Okay. What's up? Is there any upcoming tournament in Gujarat? No, no upcoming tournament. So this is a decisive advantage in the sense I told you so many weaknesses. आपको मैं बताया ये पोजीशन में कितना वीकनेस है. ये देखो कितना वीकनेस है इधर. ये जो है देखो कितना वीकनेस है. ये सारे वीकनेस को यू कैनॉट कंट्रोल. The d6 weakness, b file, the e6 square, and bad pieces. White has good pieces and good piece structure. So इतना weakness है तो कैसा बचाएगा? Show me if you can defend. I doubt. I doubt you can. I doubt black can defend. Position is bad. So even though material equality, the disadvantage is too much. Passive position. No. Okay. Here, this is very bad position. बचा threat. बचा बचा तमाम हो गया. Okay. Next. An interesting idea I will show you in the variation also. Actually, this is the idea. One of the idea is to exchange the bishop to weaken this point as well, and this is also getting some freedom. One of the idea, but I would say the correct move here is to play re8. This is the most accurate move. Re8 is the most accurate move, putting pressure. Okay. Now white has played stupidly. आ गया उसको S3 खेलना था आ गया. It is now actually meaningless at the moment. I am not even threatening. So why waste time with A4? Why waste time with A4? Meaningless move. ये पोजीशन ऑलरेडी माइनस हो गया because you cannot dislodge. If you play S3, knight into F2 आ जाएगा. You play knight into F2 आ जाएगा. अब बचाएगा कैसा उसको? This is the reason one should not play mechanically. Now lost knight into F2. by playing king into, you can defend the piece for 2 3 moves. ये किंग इंटू किंग मैदान में आएगा, मैदान में आएगा, आओ मैदान में। ये कोई गेम है? किंग, ये ये कोई बच्चा बच्चा मेट कर देगा? नाइट आ रहा है, एफ आ रहा है, नाइट आ रहा है, तो दिस इज जस्ट बैड। अभी बिशप जी फोर चेक आएगा, ये फाइनली द क्वीन बिशप चेक आएगा। नहीं तो मैं क्वीन चेक देने वाला था, ये स्क्वायर है। ये किंग, किंग को मैदान में रख के खेलेगा, सारे पीस बोर्ड पे है, क्वीन है, तो ये दिया तो भी नहीं चलेगा, नहीं चलेगा, लॉस्ट। सो यू कैनॉट टेक विद द किंग। रुक से मारेगा तो भी जाएगा, सो रुक से मारेगा तब भी जाएगा। बिशप इंटू पॉन थ्रेट, क्या करेंगे? नाउ इफ यू प्ले rf3, bishop check is coming, so only move here, lost, this is lost। ये खत्म हो जाए, इसमें कुछ दम नहीं है, खत्म हो जाए। ये pawn into, simple knight into, if you play knight into queen check and knight into, maybe it's just knight into also, I think, I think, I think here queen check king there, no, queen check king there, queen into, yeah, this is winning, check, and this check is winning, so you cannot take that, so this is just bad। Now pawn into is compulsory and knight into with a decisive advantage, lost। ये मारो अभी, ये मारेगा, अब कहाँ, ये अटैक्ट है, ये थ्रेट है, ये सब जाएगा, पूरा का पूरा गेम चला जाएगा। So you cannot take anyway, the whole point is stupid a4 wrong timing। इसको जो a4 खेला, s3 खेलना था, then I will come knight, exchange systematically, and the position will go on, okay। How to play with white, the important thing is always you should see how to play white this position, black, PBA, this is also a good line। Yeah, how it comes here, you can play here d4, you can play here c5, no, sorry, d4, you can play c5, now this you can play knight, and now if you play c4, this should be no problem, knight c3 g6, this is also a good line, it is better, but this is interesting ideas are there, so here c4 g6, now knight c3 bg7 e4 castle, this is how the game will go on। Now this is e6 is there, d6 is there, in any way white stands better, so let me take you to backroads game, backroads game। I will tell you the move order, because many times the player don't like, they don't like here d6 e4 d6 f4 Mikana's attack, they do not like this way e4 d6 f4 with a very dangerous attacking plan, very sharp line, I think white is plus equal in this line, so they choose the move order direct here e6 and take here this order, this still Mikanas can come, I think, okay। A good idea, want to harass the knight, idea, I want to prepare to push this bishop and rook b8 and b5 b4, I want to push then rook b8 and b5, This is another the space clearance. Abhi the center is under pressure and preparing b5 b4 later. b5 is a threat now. Trying to do, see, if you try to play like this, decision is not going to go. You should not play where opponent is strong. All pieces are designed to attack the king. Don't waste time here. So he goes for. I think black stands better. White has misunderstood. Note that if the pawn is here, then white is good, not bad. Only the rook is bad. But he has cleverly pushed the pawn, no backward pawn there. Better. Now queen is 7, he will target. The pawn is a easy target, and you cannot attack the rook with a knight and pawn because nothing is coming. So it turned out badly. This is the whole point here on e6 and c3, then d6, take, and now g6 is correct way. Taimano variation or the Sekhar Sahu's variation. It is interesting. Okay, I leave this. A very good game by Zubozovic. A4 खेलो. Mechanically, knight coming here, you get a problem. After some f4 bishop, so this is stopping on all kind of pin. Threatening c4. Threatening c4 and b5 like a backrot. Stopping e5. Black has very active play. A critical moment. It appears that white is better. But I will tell you, initiative को खत्म करना है. Black has got very active play. So give exchange and carve the initiative of white. White is having the central pawns are rolling. White is having these pawns, then the rook, everything. So these are all good pieces. But after rook into is what has happened? If you take the pawn duo is gone, the black square, it is a nice position. The position black has got now better game because only black has activity now. A poorly placed knight ko bachao, you defend the knight first. It turns out to be bad now. Now queen has to come. In that case, I have a check here, so I will start pushing. Clear better. Anything there is a check now. So he just pushed back. What about the pawn? Initiative. That is why this is necessary to carve the initiative. Attack. Okay, if you play knight into, after knight on knight, he has nothing. So it takes bishop into desperation. खत्म हो गया. खत्म. एक check है बस. There is only one spite check. Because f8 queen is guarding f8 square. The queen is guarding f8. So एक check में कुछ नहीं होगा. It is like in a battlefield throwing some hot water instead of guns and tank. There is only one hot water. What is that? Nothing. A check. Nothing. खत्म. Mate हो जाएगा इधर. After pawn takes bishop takes, unstoppable mate is coming. Or enter a lost endgame. So this is a lovely game and timing. I like the move rook e5, carving all the white's play. Finish. Benoni and Benko. अगर आपका स्टाइल अटैकिंग है, सो यू मेक अ रिपोर्टर बेंको एंड बेनोनी. आपको किंग्स इंडियन का नॉलेज जरूरत है बिकॉज बेनोनी खेलते हैं तो किंग्स इंडियन लाइक Tal, Kasparov, Fischer. They were experts of King's Indian. So Benoni becomes very handy because many of the King's Indian ideas comes. So मैं recommend करता हूँ because it is in my report. I used to play Banco Benoni. Kings Indian Banco Benoni was in my report. In lot of open games tournaments I played. Banco is very safe. That end game comes good, and there are limited lines in Banco. Benoni is sharper than Banco, but your style should be like that. Otherwise, don't play. So जो attacking player है, okay, any good? No, no, I do not know. No, it is QGD is not a faster equalizer. There are problems in QGD. There are problems. I will show you. I am going to take up QGD Catalan, and there is lot of problem QGD players. Slav is more solid than QGD. Slav, क्योंकि QGD इतना घिसा पिटा ओपनिंग हो गया है, सबको मालूम है आजकल. वो BF4 लाइन में तकलीफ है. Even the main line is not easy. So I would recommend you want to play solid semi-Slav. Slav is more solid than QGD. Okay, anyway, ये देखो अभी क्या. So here we have got other moves here. This is also interesting idea. There are two plan here. The knight can come to this one. This is one plan. The knight, and rook, and then prepare for a6, b5. This is the plan. Bishop will be d7. Knight on c7, bishop on d7. Okay. The knight will come here, bishop will come here, and then start attack. Queen side. The other plan is to play re8 and d7, and then the other plan is to a6 a4 and d7 rook e8. ये king side में है. This is king side plan and this is queen side. This is also acceptable. Well played. He blunder mara. This is a blunder he did, but anyway it is a bad. The position already black has got. I think this is just like a self goal here. This is self goal. You should play here a4. Now when he comes here, now I would recommend that you play now something like maybe here. Maybe here S3 is the correct. This is a safer move. But he played this and now this blunder. Blunder. Otherwise, queen check is coming. H4 check. Positionally lost. Lost positionally. Forced. Black has got initiative and better piece placement. ये जो मूव खेला आई विल शो यू. सिसिलियन ड्रैगन का लाइन कवर कर लेगा. We have time, no? No time. So I will cover in the afternoon session. Sicilian Dragon का ये जो line है, how to play as for black and white. कौन सा line है? ये जो line, ये position. No, no, I'm sorry. I want to cover this position. Castle 95. This line I will cover in the afternoon session. ये भी करेगा and some important end games I will do. Very important classical end games with small advantage how to exploit it at 2:30 class. So thank you very much friends being with me. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care and bye. See you at 2:30.